Greetings, intelligent creatures of the multiverse. I am Robert.
Josh.
He's pointing. This is Central Music, which means it's time for a conversation.
Yes. About my theory.
Oh, you have a theory, Josh?
Yeah, I'm fired up about this theory.
Well, maybe you should share the theory with the internet.
Well,
Internet likes theories,
yeah, that's true.
substantiated or otherwise.
You know how not many people have seen or talked to the Sasquatch?
Yeah, it's true. Not aware of anyone talking to a Sasquatch.
Well, I have a theory that the reason they don't show themselves is because they don't feel like they're part of the international community.
If they're a species on planet Earth, they're welcome to be here and consume oxygen, give off carbon dioxide like the rest of us.
So why don't we let them participate in the Olympics?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I'd maybe be a little upset about that. So you're saying they don't show themselves because they're upset about that?
Yeah.
Why do you suppose we don't let them in the Olympics?
Yeah, they'd be so good.
Allegedly.
Yeah, they could probably throw a javelin like a mile.
They jump pretty high.
For sure. Maybe they can even swim or play hockey. I don't know.
So this is a conspiracy inside of a conspiracy.
Inside a conspiracy.
Chew on that, internet.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about music, though.
Yeah, a lot of music in the Olympics.
Yes.
I think that kind of inspires kids to kind of start looking at music that they might write themselves. So put out their ideas, put them together, record them, put them on the internet.
Okay, wait. That's a lot, though, right? Like if we look at the music that was part of the Olympics opening ceremony, we did have original music.
Sure.
We had rearrangements of music that had already been written, right? So maybe we should break it down to what all of this means, right? So you have the songwriter,
right,
or the composer, and they're the ones that put together the melodic and some of maybe the harmonic content, right, of the song. So if you're writing like a more popular piece, like your verse, your chorus, your bridge, if you were writing a classical work, you'd have an A section, B section, some development, right? Or even in a march, first strain, second strain, and a trio, right? They'll lay out that.
Right.
Then you have an arranger, right? That takes those bits and pieces. Where does the verse go? Where does the chorus go? Where does the bridge go? Right? Like some things are pretty laid out. You know exactly how it's going to be. Like a march has a pretty standard format, right? And the composer can be also the arranger. And then you have the orchestrator.
Right.
That's the person who assigns the voices to the individual parts so that it comes together and sounds great, right? That also can be the same person. And then obviously you record it with musicians. Could be one person, could be several. Publishing. There's a lot to just writing a song, I guess.
Well, say you're like a student in like a high school or middle school, and you're interested in this process. Where do you suppose you get started?
Well, you have to have the content first,
right? Yeah.
So you're going to want to, when you feel that song inside of you, you're going to want to get it out.
Right. Start writing, and there's like a lot of free apps that you can use for like music notation software that could help with that for sure.
Before you get to that, though, you have to have that idea, and inspiration comes in inconvenient times. A lot of the time, right? And so everybody has, or most everybody has, like a cell phone in their pocket these days, right? I feel like they're pretty ubiquitous. You can look that up in the dictionary.
Ubiquitous.
That's a good word. And so maybe when you have this inspiration, you can just kind of sing it into your phone and then come back to it later. If it's an idea for a lyric, the same type of thing, type it into your notes so that you have it for later, and then you can go to one of these apps.
And you try to write it out and listen back to it, because I got playback on those.
Do you think there's any pitfalls to using those apps?
Oh, sometimes like the playback sounds for certain instruments aren't very good. I think if you're a young composer, you might avoid like arranging for like the alto saxophone, for example, just because the playback isn't good. You just got to remember to kind of hear it in your mind too, because those sounds ultimately won't be what you hear in your arrangement.
I've seen that. I've actually seen that multiple times where a student's working on composing something for an ensemble of their friends.
Right.
And they may exclude a voice because on the app it doesn't sound right.
But your friends play well, so you can just trust that.
You can trust that. So, if you have that spark of inspiration for a song, maybe take some time, try to write it out. There's a lot of ways to get it into a form for others to use it. These applications, some of them will even put the notation in for you, so you can play it in.
For sure.
You'll have to maybe make some corrections because they're not perfect, but they're pretty good.
Right. Yeah, and I think the main thing is just to get out and get started if you're interested in it. I think a lot of people are intimidated by all the different things you got to know and what you have to do. But, you know, some of the best composers ever didn't have much formal training.
Right.
Just got started with it. And
it helps to know the rules, I would say.
Yes.
Because then you know that you're breaking them when you break them, which everyone does.
Yes.
But yeah, if you feel inspired, go out and write. And maybe just tie your thoughts back to when you started on your instrument.
Right.
Right? That can seem daunting the first time you pick up a clarinet. There's so many keys and holes, and what do I do with my hands? And it's not that hard.
You know what? I kind of feel inspired to write something.
Maybe you should go write some music.
I'm going to write a Sasquatch Olympic fanfare.
That's outstanding. Watch this space. If you like the content or want to hear a fanfare or something else, drop it in the comments. Like, subscribe. It really does help us out. And we'll see you all very soon.
Including you, Sasquatch.
Maybe not.
Olympics 2028.